Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. We have already talked about the people of the cave. Now we are on page number 58. That is the task that is talk about different languages. After reading the story of the people of the cave and the poem on Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have come across the names of different languages like Arabic, Greek, Latin, and Chinese. Language is one of the most important feature of our identity. Today, there are roughly 6,500 languages spoken in the world today. Pakistan has a rich and diverse language culture which is reflected in classrooms where students belong to different linguistic backgrounds. A few discussion points are given below in the left box. Discuss in your class and write answers in your notebook. Together, you can also prepare a classroom display with the help of your teachers. Now, this is an activity which can only be performed in the classroom. Anyhow, we can discuss the important points. Number 1 point is, how many languages are spoken in your class? There are many languages that are spoken in our classes. For example, Urdu, English, Pashto even. Some students they can speak Pashto. Some students they can speak Punjabi. Some can speak even Saraiki also. So these are the languages usually spoken in our classrooms in Islamabad. Do all languages use similar kind of alphabet? No. Different languages have different kinds of alphabets. For example, even the alphabets of Urdu and English, they are different. So every language has its own kind of alphabets. Are they written from left to right or right to left? Some languages are written from left to right, like English, and some are written from right to left, like Urdu. So different languages are written in different ways. Some are written from left to right and some from right to left. What makes them different from each other? Yes, they are pronounced in a different way. They have the different alphabets. They have different cultural backgrounds. They are spoken in different ways. There are different kinds of pronunciations. So languages, they are different from each other. Now some interesting facts. Papua New Guinea, this is the name of a country. Indonesia and Malaysia make up 2% of the world's land area, but 25% of the world's living languages. Can you find any interesting fact about your native language? Yes, you may have different kinds of native languages. For example, some people have Pashto as their native language. Some people have Punjabi as their native language. Some interesting fact you can find about your language, for example, about different, how they are written and what is their cultural background. You may find any interesting fact about your native language. Now we come to the next task, that is conducting a debate. Obviously, this task can also be performed only in classroom, but some things that we can discuss over there in this video is, many linguists believe that half of today's living languages will be extinct in the next 100 years. Now, what is the meaning of extinct? That means that they will be completely wiped out. Many languages will be wiped out in the next 100 years. We may think of a proposition that a global language should be spoken by everyone on this globe, or there may be an opinion that language is an important part of our identity and every language should be kept alive. In your classroom, have a debate about the topic or motion. The topic is, we should have one global language. Obviously, the debate can be conducted when we will meet in the classroom. But there are certain things that we can discuss over there in this video. Number 1, that some people think that we should have one global language, or there should be only one language in the world. It seems to be a very good idea that all the people, they are speaking the same kind of language. So there is an ease in the communication. Anybody can converse, anybody can talk the same language. There is no problem of communication. But this is one side of the picture. The other thing is that language is also the reflection of the identity of a nation. the culture of a nation, the things that are particular to a certain area, the things that are particular to a certain nation, and that is all reflected in the language. As we all have some features which are common, but there are some features which are not. For example, we have different complexions, we have different types of attitudes, we think in a different way, there is a diversity in nature, every person is different from the other. Similarly, if there are different languages in the world, there is nothing wrong about it. Although one can learn many languages, as we are learning Urdu, similarly we are learning English as an international language, so that we may be able to communicate with the other people in the world. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong in speaking. There is nothing wrong in knowing different kinds of languages. A debate can be done over there in classroom. Now come to the next page. We can consider all arguments and come up with your own opinion. We can make our own opinion. You may have your own opinion. I may have my own opinion. There is nothing wrong about it. After the debate has ended, vote for or against the motion and record how many votes for one global language and how many voted for many languages. So some people, they may be in the favor of just one language in the world, and the other people may be in favor of many languages. So everybody has the right to have his or her own opinion, and everybody can vote for that, and these votes may be counted so that we may have a very successful debate in the classroom. What have you learned from this debate? We can learn so many things from this debate. For example, what are the things how you can express your ideas to the other people? There is nothing wrong about it if you have different ideas from the other people. Diversity, that is the beauty of life. If you don't agree with me or the other classmates, there is nothing wrong about it. You may have the skill to present your ideas in a successful manner. Actually, this is an exercise of speaking English as well as how to present your ideas to the other people. Speaking skill you can improve by doing this exercise. Now there are different words that are given over there in the picture. Look at the picture. Hello, hola, bonjour. There are different words that are given having this marhaba, yes, obviously in Arabic. The same word that is written in different languages. Have you heard of any story translated from some other language? Yes, you might have heard the Chinese stories, you might have heard the Arabic stories, and the stories that were actually written in Persian. The stories of Sheikh Sadi you might have heard. These were actually written in Persian, and then these were translated in many other languages of the world. And the poem that we have read on the previous page, that was also actually in Chinese, but then it was translated into English. How many languages can you identify in this picture? How many languages are there? You can count them. There are 8 different languages that are being used in the picture. How many languages do you speak? Usually we speak 2 or 3 languages. Number 1, that is our mother tongue, that usually we speak at our homes. Number 2, the national language, Urdu, that is spoken outside in the market, for example, for the communication with the other people, because almost many people that you are around they can speak, they can understand Urdu. And then the international language, obviously English, that we are learning and trying to improve, and that is the language of communication all over the world. So usually we have 3 languages. Some people have 2 languages, some have 3 languages that they can speak, they can write, they can communicate. So you may have your own choices. You may speak 2 or 3 or even more than 3. You can learn other languages also. So this is all about the languages. Now we come to the next, that is a language corner. In language corner, we have the nouns. Nouns are the names of person, places or things. There are 5 main types of nouns. A proper noun is a name that identifies a particular person, place or thing. For example, Ali, Pakistan, Makkah, Monday. In written English, proper nouns begin with capital letters. A common noun is a noun that refers to people or things in general. For example, boy, country, bridge, city, birth, day, happiness. Then we have collective noun. Collective noun refers to group of people or things. For example, audience, family, government, team, jury. A word cloud is also there. You can see that in the center there is a noun. Then we have abstract nouns. We have common nouns. We have the plurals of the nouns, singular of the noun. We have the concrete nouns. And then we have the abstract nouns. So the noun of a word cloud of noun means related words with the noun. That is also given in your book. We will not go into some details of these nouns because you already know that. You have learned these things in your 5th class also. About the common nouns, about the proper nouns, and similarly about the collective nouns. Then we come to the next page. That is a concrete noun. A concrete noun is a noun which refers to people and things that exist physically and can be seen, touched, smelled, heard or tasted. Examples include dog, building, coffee, tree, rain, beach, tune. So physically you can touch these things. That is why these are called as concrete. Then the abstract noun. An abstract noun is a noun which refers to ideas, qualities and conditions. Things that cannot be seen or touched, and things which have no physical reality. For example, truth, danger, happiness, time, friendship, humor. All these things, they have their existence but not physically. You can't touch these people by your 5 senses. That is why these are called as abstract. Abstract, the thing that can be imagined but you can't touch, you can't see that thing. These things are called as abstract things. So we have talked about 2 important categories of noun. One is concrete noun and the other is abstract noun. Now there is a small task that you can do even your book. Now look at this task. Underline the proper nouns and encircle the common nouns in the following paragraph. It was a bright sunny day in Sawat Valley. If you concentrate on the sentence day, that is a common noun. Sawat, this is the proper noun. Valley, obviously, the common noun. Saifullah and Zayan, proper nouns. Rode up the hill to have a view from above. Hill, that is a common noun. Huffing and puffing, the boys got to the top. Boys, common noun. And sat on the rocks, that is also a common noun. Beside the trail, trail, common noun. They laid their bag, common noun. Bags on the grass, common noun, and enjoyed the beautiful view. Both of them belonged to Lahore and were on a family visit. Lahore, this is also a proper noun, name of a place, name of a city, and were on a family visit. Family, this is a common noun. This year they had planned to spend vacations in Sawat, Sawat again, a proper noun, instead of visiting London. London, a proper noun because that is the name of a city where most of their cousins live. Cousins, this is also a common noun. Now enlist the proper and common nouns from the story, The People of the Cave. We have already read the story. Now you will read the story again and then you will point out the common nouns and proper nouns in the story. This is also a task that you will do in your books. There is no need to do that task in the copies. You will do that in your books. Then we come to the very simple thing that you are reading, you are feeling from your 1 class or even before that. This is the plural nouns. Nouns can be only one or singular and more than one or plural. Language, singular noun, just one language. Languages, plural noun, more than one. To make plural nouns, we usually add an S in the end of the noun. This is the first rule. For example, boy, boys, cousin, cousins, etc. But sometimes we change the spelling of the stem noun. Stem noun means the basic noun. For example, penny, it may change into pennies. Y, that is replaced by IES when a consonant precedes ending letter Y. Knife, knives, F changes to VES. Some nouns have irregular plurals, for example, child, children, women, women, etc. Some nouns, usually some animals and fish, are the same in their singular and plural forms. For example, sheep, deer, salmon, they are used in the same manner, both in singular as well as in the plural form. Write plurals of all nouns listed from the story and the poem. Now you have read the story, you have read the poem. Now again read the story and point out the nouns and write their plurals also. This is a task that you can also do quite easily by the help of, you can do even this task on your book. No need to do it in the copies, you can do that in the book. So again read the story and point out the nouns and write their plurals. Thank you very much. I think it's enough for today.